Welcome to Feature Friday at Shade, a weekly series where we hear from members of our team and we break down some of my favorite features that have come out in the last week or so. Today, we've got a super exciting episode for you because not only are we going to hear from our co-founder and CEO, Brandon Phan, I want to give a little bonus feature at the beginning of today's episode because the team has been releasing so many features, I got to fit them all in somehow. And this first feature is actually in relation to how you view your assets. Because now, not only can you view your assets in the list form or the gallery form like you've previously been able to, but now you can actually view them in a column format or in a tile format. Now, the column format is gonna feel very similar to views you can get within Finder, where you'll be able to backtrack through subfolder structures very easily. But the tile format is a whole new way to experience your assets that I personally have never experienced in a storage software. When you pair the tile format with a collection, for instance, your client is going to get the most elegant experience of viewing their final deliverables. Honestly, that's probably possible out there. So that's a little bonus feature, but now let's hear from our CEO and co-founder, Brandon Phan.
Thanks, Ed. Good to see you guys again, everyone. Excited about these Feature Fridays, by the way. These are a new thing that we're trying this year. And it's just to give you guys an early sneak peek into what we're building here, how we're thinking about building this business, and how we want to build a product that's designed for creatives like ourselves and also for our customers. But this week, the weather's lightening up, surprisingly. I kind of wish it was colder, but what's been great is we've had more people in the office, and more than ever, as we grow the team this year, there's been a lot of excitement. There's a lot of open positions. If you're looking to hop or join a company that's as ambitious as Shade, come over. We'd love to chat. But as far as company updates, as far as product updates, there's a few notable things that we've actually been really thinking about. We've been listening to some of the feedback that we're getting. When is the mobile app coming out? Is there a mobile app? Is there an iOS app? Can I comment directly on my phone? Can I upload files from my phone? A mobile app is coming, guys. I promise. We are working on it. In fact, it is closer than you actually might think. We're wrapping up some final designs, and then we'll be opening that up for a beta for people to be able to test. So if you're interested, shoot me a message, shoot us a message, both in Slack, Discord, email, whatever. Yeah, I think the mobile app will be a great experience to use Shade just on another medium. It will work on iOS, Android, whatever you need. The second biggest thing that we're thinking about right now is, what does it look like to build a better review experience? Right now, most of the systems and workflows that both in Shade and sort of in some of the other tools in this space, we've noticed a lot of stuff around what we call, asynchronous feedback, right? You send out a link, you get a comment, and, that's about it. What are some of the ways that you guys want to see the review and approval experience improve or be different? We're very open to some of that feedback as we think about redesigning and ultimately reinventing the way that people do and receive feedback, not just across video, but also other mediums like PDFs, documents, etc. So yeah, if you're interested, I'd love to chat more, and feel free to comment in the comments in this video. Cool. And I'll throw it back to you, Ed.
Thanks so much, Brandon. I am so excited for that mobile app. I can't wait till it gets finished because it's genuinely going to be a game changer for my workflow as well as so many of you. Now, our first feature in the main Feature Friday segment is the new contractor role. Now, this contractor role is very specific in its use case. And when I say role, I'm referring to a member role within your workspace. You can access this through your workspace settings in the Members tab. And this contractor role is specifically for people who are contractors. They're external members of your team that you're working with. And the big thing with this contractor role that makes it different than all of the other roles in your workspace is that the contractor doesn't have any inherited access within your workspace. So for instance, if I add an internal member of my team, they automatically have access to all of my drives. And depending on the role that they get, they can affect and change different parts of my workspace. However, the contractor role has no inherited access. So any access that they get, you will have to manually give them. So for instance, let's say I want my contractor to have access to a particular client's project folder, but that folder is inside of a drive. Previously, you wouldn't be able to give the contractor access without giving them access to the whole drive. But now you can give the contractor contractor access to that folder within the drive, and then the contractor will be able to mount the drive for your entire editing space or whatever the drive is labeled, but they'll actually only end up seeing the folder that you gave them access to. Now, our next feature is the ability to save folders as templates. And this has been a game changer in my personal workflow because I create these Feature Friday videos every week. I also create tutorials every week, and each of those processes have their own set of predetermined assets that will go into each episode. So if you find yourself in a situation like I am, then it's actually super simple. You can take a current folder structure that doesn't have any content in it, right-click it, and save it as a template. Or you can create it from scratch, like I have here for these Feature Friday episodes, where I have each predetermined piece of media or folder for those pieces of media already lined out in the particular structure that I want. I simply right-click it, save it as a template, and no longer do I have to create my own template folder that floats around in my workspace, and I have to find it so I can duplicate it and then use it and make sure I use the correct one and not the template one. Like, we've probably all done that, and it's kind of a mess. But with this new template feature, we're actually able to just simply create a new folder, and then from that folder, you can select a template, and it'll auto-populate the predetermined folder structure of that template. So this is going to speed up your organization across the board. But our last feature is duplicate detection. And this is going to allow you to find duplicates throughout your workspace, all from the duplicates tab. Shade essentially is able to analyze all the contents of your assets like it can for the AI indexing. But when it finds assets that match 100%, then it'll add them to the duplicates tab. And from there, you're able to manage those assets, delete the ones you don't need, or keep all of them if you feel that they all need to exist in separate places. Really, the purpose of this is to make sure that you're not doubling up with duplicate files, so no longer will duplicate assets go undetected in your workspace. But that's it for Feature Friday today. So let me know in the comments which of these features you're going to add to your workflow next week. And as always, thanks for watching, and thanks for using Shade.